another day, another grind. This is the lower bracket semifinal. So Mr. Nuggets has to fight Staunchttv once again. As we know, he's on Bretonia and has I forgot what was it, Alberic? No, not Alberic, not Lewin, not someone that has a strange French name. And Staunch is on what's his name again? Archeon. So Staunch is coming with two hound units this time and warhounds, and then a lot of chaff marauders here. He is marauders of Tzeentch with a little bit of shields, chaos warriors with halberds, so a lot of anti-large units. This is going to be pretty tough. Even the severed claws, those guys are beasts, yeah. And over here we have Alberic. It was Alberic, nonetheless. And Alberic has his questing knights over here. And then we have really a lot of knight errants here. And then just chaffs. A lot of chaff that will fold and run away probably pretty quickly. The Damsel of Life is once again here. Foot squires, so something new, I have to admit, right? And yep, Peasant Bowman with pox arrows. So let's get into it. Fast forward a little bit because everyone is going for the point. And Warriors of Chaos, they don't have any range, as we know. But Warhounds, really annoying probably against all those infantry because they are, yep, they're good against those, right? Punching in immediately, coming also here from the flank, and now Archeon is moving to the side because he wants to get Alberic, I guess. So, yeah, the front lines have met, and a little bit of those arrows are hitting somewhere left and right. Damsel is here to support, and this is a real cool, not tech, but strategy. Just going in. Oh, and we have the first cost going down. A burning head really crunching down all those infantry units from Bretonia, and those warhounds are now running loose and going for nothing. They just blocked the way. If that was intended, that was pretty great. So those Chaos Warhounds, they blocked the charge against those knight errants, and this is probably really good, or maybe it was just a blunder. We will never know until Staunch tells us. But the knight errants can get rid of the warhounds, and yeah, peasant mob is already running away. So the thing is that those marauders are crunching down everyone. We have here, what do we have here? Chaos Sorcerer of Slanesh this time. He is fighting against Alberic, and where is Archeon? Archeon just running around, I think supporting his units, and we have another cast here going down on the Severed Claw, so that is, yeah, probably not what you want to do. They have shields, and it was probably against those foot squires. But now we have an engage from the back. Knights jumping in knight errands, and the warhounds here still, yeah, doing damage. We have the flanks secured by Bretonia, so they have all those questing knights here, questing knights. They are running loose like chicken and trying to do as much damage as possible. So this time it looks really interesting because Bretonia still has a lot of units online, and men-at-arms fighting here, Marauders of Tzeentch, and I guess, yeah, I would say that the Marauders still win with the shield and replenishing of those shields. They're good to go. But the Chaos Sorcerer of Slanesh, he could be in trouble when Mr. McNuggets is doing something here. Yeah, men-at-arms standing and going in, and we have, I'm a little bit surprised why those questing knights are not moving in earlier and quickly, because, oh, we have the first problem here. Alberic is broken. He gets a heal, so that is probably really good for him. Other than that, this charge was only there to protect probably Alberic. And we have another cast going on. Oh, this is crucial. The knights can't really make it out and they get a lot of magic damage. I'm not sure if that is what you want to see. Yep. Archeon bathed in the magic here, so he is good to go once again. Where is Archeon? I mean, Alberic is on the in the air, and yeah, watching how the fight is going down. Warriors of Chaos have the points, so now it doesn't matter if you are passive or not. You have to get active and fight those units or get the point. And this time Bretonnia really has a lot of units still left, and those dangerous ones like those questing knights. And we know those questing knights, they can go in, but there are a lot of halberd units that can deal with the cav whatsoever. Unfortunately, Alberic went down and he is on the ground, and that is probably not what you want to see once again. But he gets a heal, and really the damsel is really doing overclock work here. She is overclocking her stamp like I don't know, McDonald's workers. So now Archeon is a little bit in a problematic situation, but he gets help from the halberds and from those severed claws here. And yeah, I think that Bretonnia, even though their knights are still online, there is a lot of threat for them. So I don't know. It seems more like the point is going to be the deciding factor here, right, for the Warriors of Chaos. So if he stays on this point, he doesn't have to engage whatsoever. And of course Bretonnia has the problem that they have to do something, but they will charge into halberds. Halberds here, halberds there, another halberd unit even with a full shield here. So yeah, let's fast forward a little bit, see how this dance of charging and stopping moves forth. And Alberic, once again, he got a heal and now has to fight this big blob fight. Alberic is going in. He still has enough damage, but now a great cast once again. And those peasant bowmen now are a little bit in a very bad position. The Chaos Sorcerer of Slaanesh, he is running away, so the damage was good enough. We have men-at-arms here trying to get the point, but I guess those Severed Claws will do their deeds and crush them down. Let's fast forward once again. And yeah, as I said, it is really tough for Bretonnia to get anything going with only those knights, because there is so much anti-large units over here, and it seems like it is going for the point victory here. 600 ticks we have, so it's still 100 left. And yeah, even unfortunately, yeah, the peasant bowman didn't have any arrows anymore. So let's get into the aftermath. And of course, there is not much value, and yeah, problematically, I can't really give you anything because there is a discrepancy with the versions. So let's get into the next match. So we are here on the second match, and this time it is a different lineup here. So we have 3 trebuchets, and that is really interesting. So now Bretonnia is going for very cheap and also broad lineup. You can see here we have a lot of peasant mobs, of course. Then we have men-at-arms everywhere, men-at-arms. Again, bowmen, and this time trebuchets. There are a couple of knight errants, and I assume also questing knights. So the cav game is strong once again. Over here we have almost the same build. I think the only thing that is a little bit different is the Chaos Sorcerer of Tzeentch, this time on the metal affinity, let's call it like this. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's fast forward because the dance is starting around the point once again, and we have immediately shots by the trebuchets. They're standing really broad, and I guess that those knight errants are protecting those units here. And let's see if this is enough this time for Bretonnia, because those two have met now the fourth time. Four battles they had, and it was usually very, very favorable for the Warriors of Chaos. And let's see if this time Bretonnia can be victorious, because every journey starts with the first step, and finally, maybe this time, it is a first step for Bretonnia. Yep, so we have Warhounds over here. They're trying to find a good flank maybe for the trebuchets, but those casts here, those fire casts, are really annoying. And even though those knights are jumping in, doing damage, and trying to break the front line, so this time I think McNuggets is really just trying to be the hammer, right? Just punching and swinging once again with the knights, and then do the same and do the same. And those cycle charging here, I would call that. So he is like charging in, moving away with the other units, then charging again with another unit. And Alberic has to be careful, because usually his fights are not going well, and Staunch immediately sees that Alberic is on the ground and he is going for his head, right? So Staunch is really having a good overview of the units, and is going for the Lord. Now archers are pretty close to the engagement here. I don't know if you want to have them, but let's see what happened with the trebuchets. So the trebuchets are still online. That's really great. And one hound unit is down. Another hound unit will go down as well, probably soon here. Questing knights take care of that situation. And now it seems like for now it is really good as usual. So Bretonnia has a timeline where they look good, and then everything falls apart and breaks because of leadership, because of unfavorable matchups like fighting against anti-large units. And those barrier units are kind of really annoying, because when men-at-arms here in this engagement break, those units will get their shield replenished, and that's great, because then you can use them again, and they almost didn't lose anything. So now, yeah, Knights Errant are wavering, and they're shaken. They can come back, and we have another Knight Errant unit here. So yeah, field trebuchets trying their best, shooting now into the shield chosen of Tzeentch with halberds. When those kind of units break, that would be good for Bretonnia. The damsel, I think in each and every fight, the damsel is kind of, when she would get money for each heal she got off and how much she healed, she would be a rich girl for sure. So that is pretty much what Nuggets does really well. And here once again, nice charge onto the halberds, Chaos Warrior with halberds, but this is once again an engagement you don't want to have. I would almost plea for kind of that lords can unmount, right? And we have an amazing burning head pushing through those trebuchet units here, and they are wavering so they can still attack, but that is a big hit. Archeon now is moving around. He wants to find any possible opponent, and he is destroying the first field trebuchet, and those units seeing him running away, that is tough. Like, you can see how weak they are mentally when they see one lord and are running away. The front lines now look really good for the Chaos of Warriors of Chaos. Sorry, pardon me. Because they still have the point. They really don't need to engage with each and every unit here, so they are now coming back and defending the point. And I guess that if Staunch is able to do so, it looks pretty good. So let's fast forward a little bit, because there are a couple of skirmishes here. Once again, those arch enemies, Alberic and Archeon, are fighting each other. And Archeon is really getting a lot of damage. There is a heal going down for Alberic once again, so that's great. And Questing Knights are also healed up. So now Archeon is in a bitter spot, but he is calling upon the dark magic of the chaos. And yep, still those Questing Knights could make a could flee, right? But Alberic now is smelling the opponent's sweat, right? The fear he can really smell, and he is going for Archeon. But I don't know, guys. It still looks like we have trebuchets for sure. We have a couple of riding units here, so Questing Knights here. But look at that. There's a Marauder of Tzeentch unit. And the shields are full. HP is kind of also pretty high, so soon those trebuchets won't have enough shots left. So what you do then? Probably not that much. Maybe you can use this crew here and just go over here and do what you want to do. Oh, I think Archeon is down. Slain by Alberic, and yes, maybe there is a chance, because the leadership is going down for sure. And well, Severed Claws are probably the guys that will survive everything here on the battlefield. So yeah, you have to shoot into those units, and you have to also go for the Chaos Sorcerer. So now we have the last units that can probably fight. We have archers with no ammunition anymore. We have men-at-arms. So you should use each and every unit here and just move in, right? We still have Marauders of Tzeentch coming from the backline. That is not the greatest situation you want to be in as Bretonnia. But yeah, it is now going for who has more capture weight and who can fight better. So let's fast forward once again. And it is what it is. It is the fight for the point. The Field Trebuchet crew is here. You could try to go for the Marauders of Tzeentch. Really tough thing here. Chosen of Tzeentch coming here. And does Bretonnia have the capture weight? Does Bretonnia? And what happened here? It seems like Warriors of Chaos win, but how did that happen? Is it because of, I don't know, army losses? So it seems like 2-0 for Staunch and the Warriors of Chaos, and they proceed once again into the final, and against Dabulch and the Lizardmen. But let's do a little bit of the value here. So Trebuchets did well because they were all the time online. I'm not sure this time the Questing Knights kind of disappointed in a couple of those engages. This unit did well, but Bowman did well, and yeah, I don't want to look into Alberic did well. So Alberic was really the hammer that led the onslaught, but it was not enough, unfortunately. he handled very well those warhounds here, but once again, Severed Claw, a beast unit against Bretonia. So they were scared probably and feared them immediately when they saw them on the field. Other than that, you have those shield units that did great, and yeah, a little bit of value on the Chaos Sorcerer. And this time, Archeon wasn't successful and fell in the battle, but he sacrificed himself for win. So yeah, we have a final, and I hope we can cast that before our next tournament. So for now, I'm gonna fetch myself a green tea.